Hey guys, we are looking at the equation of a circle and being asked to graph it, okay? The good news about this is that we are already in standard form. Now, if you're looking at your problem and you're like, mine is not in standard form, I'll link a video for you in the corner where we get one to standard form, okay? But this one is already there. We're good, okay? We love standard form. It's very similar to when you were graphing lines and you always wanted to get it in slope-intercept form, right? Because it was very easy to tell how to graph your line. This is like that slope-intercept form, but in the form of a circle. And all I mean by that is when we are in standard form, it's really easy to tell what our center and radius are. And that's all we need to be able to graph it, okay? So first of all, you might be saying, that doesn't quite look like standard form. The y looks different, but we're going to talk about that in just a second, okay? So in order to graph this, I need to know the center and the radius. Okay, so my center is h and k, right? It's an ordered pair. Now you'll notice here that h and k are negative, and then in my center they're positive. So what that tells me is we change the sign. Whatever it is inside the parentheses, it's actually the opposite for the ordered pair. Okay, so here we've got a positive 3. So for my ordered pair, it's actually going to be a negative 3. Okay, but this is when it's like, what's y? Because there's no number being added or subtracted, right? Well, if there's no number being added or subtracted, I could really write it like that, right? Y minus 0 squared, that's going to be the same thing. So if there's nothing there, if it's just a y or just an x squared, then it's just a 0, okay? So my center is a negative 3, 0. And what is my radius? I might be tempted to say, oh, my radius is 25. But it's not. My radius squared is 25, okay? So to figure out what just the radius is, I'm going to take the square root of both sides because those cancel. And then the square root of 25 is 5, right? Because 5 times 5 is 25. Now, typically I would write plus or minus 5, but since we're looking at a radius, it's a distance, so we don't have to worry about the negative, okay? So my radius is 5. Okay, there we go. Now that we have the center and radius, we can easily graph this, okay? So I'm going to start with my center at negative 3, 0. So that means I'm going to go to the left 3, and I'm not going to go up and down, okay? So that is the center point of my circle, okay? Now, the radius is 5. The radius goes from the center to the edge of the circle in every direction. But just like when we're graphing a line, you don't have to graph every point on the line, right? So for our purposes, the easiest thing we can do is just go to the up, right, left, and down all 5. And having those 4 points will give us a pretty good idea of what our circle looks like, okay? So starting at the center, I'm going to go up 5. To the right, 5, down 5, and to the left, 5, okay? Now that gives me a pretty good idea of what this circle looks like, right? So this isn't going to be perfect, and oh gosh, that was a little pointy. Circles don't have points, okay? So it's not perfect, but it gives me a general idea of what that circle looks like, right? All right, hopefully this made sense. If you need any other circle videos, I will link a playlist for you. Thanks, bye.